Look, it's no secret that Damian Lillard and the Los Angeles Clippers don't exactly get along. And when you look at some of the players on the Clippers roster, some of the guys like Pat Beverly, you kind of understand why Damian Lillard would have some sort of beef with the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, first off, let me go out and say Damian Lillard is an absolute savage. He's worked for everything he's earned. Notice I didn't say been given. And he's got this old school mentality that I think fits the current NBA so well. And I wish we saw more players with this dog mentality that Damian Lillard has, this go-getter mentality. Because while I would love to see Damian Lillard play for a winner, and when I say a winner, I mean a team that's going to be contending for championships season after season, you have to love the fact that, in his words, he's not running from the grind. He's not pointing fingers around him. He owns up to whatever happens and he holds himself accountable, which, if you ask me, I think that's mad admirable, because so many times you see people that simply think the blame is never on them. Now, before we go any further, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. You will not want to miss another Get Like Coop video. And that's facts. Big shout out to everybody that came through to my stream yesterday. We were running with my homie De'Aaron Fox. He's definitely going to be in more streams. It was crazy, man. We had a nice streak going. The link to my Twitch will be in the description below. You guys won't want to miss a stream or video. Now, also, if you guys could go ahead and drop a like on this video, it would mean a ton. It helps me out a lot. It helps me grow, and it tells the YouTube algorithm that you guys enjoy my content. So for starters, let's talk about Damian Lillard's run in the NBA bubble. Absolutely ridiculous. This guy was on fire, and saying he was on fire simply does not do him justice. He was one of the hottest players I had ever seen. I mean, this guy was hitting clutch shots from the logo, way behind the three-point line. Now, I know a lot of you guys, maybe you know, maybe you don't, the NBA three-point line is pretty far. I talked about this in the video before, but we take guys like Damian Lillard, Trae Young, Stephen Curry for granted. These threes that these guys hit are game-breaking stuff. And the thing is, it's not like they just hit these threes. A lot of times these threes come in very crushing moments. How do you guard somebody that's capable of pulling up from 40 plus feet from the basket? Damian Lillard's shot chart is truly something that would drop your jaw. Oh, and did I mention he shot over 40% from the three-point line this season? And also, he broke records for deep three-point percentage on volume and efficiency. How is that for a bad shot, Paul George? All right, so let's do a quick recap. Like I said, Pat Bev, known for saying dumb things, very dumb things, notoriously dumb, some of the dumbest stuff you could possibly hear. He's also known for doing dumb things. It's freaking Pat Bev, bruh. So August 8th, Damian Lillard and the Portland Trail Blazers play the Los Angeles Clippers. This was a game that was magnified because at this time, every game was so crucial for the Portland Trail Blazers. This was a team trying to make the NBA playoffs. Dame drops 22 points, but get this, he goes 0 of 2 from the free throw line, misses some big free throws. It happens. We've seen greats miss free throws in the clutch. Dame is one of the most clutch players that we've ever seen, and actually since that game, he kind of went off, dropping 51, 61, then 42 to get the Blazers into the playoffs. Dame misses the free throws. Then the Clippers bench has a laugh at Dame missing the free throws. And just like that, a beef was born. Or maybe rehashed, honestly. Then we hit the post-game interview.
Asking me about Patrick Beverly, who I sent him home before at the end of a game. Paul George just got sent home by me last year in the playoffs. So they know that the reason they reacting like that is because of what they expect from me, which is a sign of respect. And it just shows what I've done at a high clip more times than not. So I'm not offended by it. If anything, it should just tell you how much it hurt them to go through what I put them through in those situations previously.
the other.
After I missed the first one, I heard them over there yelling. I just think to me, that just shows what they expect from me down the stretch. You know, they know what I do, and he saw it firsthand when I was the second-year player when he was in Houston. So I'm sure he has a great memory of that, which is, you know, why that drew that type of reaction from him when he saw me come up short at the end of the game.
Dame lets him know he wasn't rocking with what went down. And why would he? It was mega disrespectful. And they just had no reason. They had no reason to do something like that. So he says what he says. PG gets a whiff of it. Says, and you getting sent home this year? Respect. Dame says, keep switching teams. Running from the grind. Y'all are chumps. Then Pat Bev. Pat Bev, the last person that should ever be talking. Pat Bev, literally, I'm not even looking at any stats. What is the average? Like 6 points per game? Russell Westbrook said Pat Bev trick y'all, man. Might be right. I used to be a believer in Pat Bev's defense. I'm not so sure anymore. Russ might really be right. I'm definitely going to have to look at the stats, the analytics, and see what all of those things are saying about his defense. But anyways, Pat Bev comes in and says Cancun on 3. Now, keep in mind, Pat Bev can't say anything like this if the Clippers don't have Paul George, Kawhi Leonard. Somebody made a good point saying he was essentially expecting to get carried to a championship. Now, PG also came back and said, respect that too. In my stint with my first team, I had more success. Dame, time running out, G. Essentially saying, you need to go find another team and start playing contending basketball. So I actually ended up feeling a little bad for Dame and Paul George because after this, we all know things got a little too personal. I'm not really going to get into that. And Paul George seems like a pretty chill guy. He actually came out and apologized to Damian Lillard. He came out and did that as a grown man. I thought that was a really cool move. You know, when things get personal like that, it's really no need. So I thought it was over. I think we all thought the beef was over until 3-1 happened. Like Drake said, they came back from 1-3, like 1-3. They come back, the Denver Nuggets, they win the series. Dame was apparently watching the game, and not only Dame, but CJ McCollum was also watching the game. And let's just say they had some choice words for the Los Angeles Clippers. CJ tweets, Dame, you got an extra villa available in Cabo. Dame just laughs. Somebody asked Dame, is this a good shot? This is savage. Dame says, looks good to me. Again, I think Paul George catches so many strays. It's crazy. So I almost forgot. Dame tweets Pat Bev, I guess I should extend this Cancun invite since I haven't made my arrangements yet. So Dame and CJ go on to say a few more savage things about the Los Angeles Clippers. They're on the screen right now. I was a little surprised because we saw some other NBA players chiming in and kind of co-signing and laughing. When you put laughing emojis, that's like a co-sign. I thought that was kind of crazy. But one thing really stood out to me, and that's Dame, and he really does keep the same energy. He says, my energy never change. I say what I want, and I stand tall when I win and lose. It is what it is. And that's the type of mindset you have to have in life. Regardless of what happens, you got to make sure you're standing tall. I think that's why Dame has become a lot of people's favorite players, because he has that mentality. And he seems like a really, really cool dude. Now, with that being said, the Clippers really did count their eggs before they hatched, because we also saw Paul George early in the season talking about it's a championship. Again, I think this was the whole mindset of the Clippers team. I mean, this team sorely lacked, I don't want to say like a backbone, but man, this team was acting up throughout the entire playoffs. You know, like soon as the Clippers hit the bubble, things got going in a big way. Let me know what you guys think about everything down in the comments below. Be sure to click the video on the screen right now. Be sure to subscribe, guys. It would be much appreciated. I'm GetLikeCoop. Hope you enjoyed it again, and I'm out.